The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker is a classic book in the business and management fields, challenging readers to consider what it means to get the right things done and become truly effective. Drucker takes a broad view of the idea of an executive, believing that all knowledge workers in modern organizations are executives because they contribute in ways that affect results. Drucker discounts the idea of an effective personality. Instead, he says, effective executives share common practices that make them effective regardless of what they have or where they are. Effectiveness is a collection of habits, and Drucker identifies 5 key ones. Effective executives: 1. Know where their time goes. 2. Focus on outward contribution. 3. Build on strengths, theirs and others. 4. Concentrate on a few major areas where superior performance will produce outstanding results. And 5. Make effective decisions. Know thy time. Effective executives start with their time. They don't start with planning tasks, but by identifying how their time is really spent. Next, they use a 3-step process to manage their time and cut back unproductive demands on it. 1. Recording actual time use is the first step. Keep a log and revisit it often. Identify and eliminate the things, the time wasters, that need not be done at all. Ask, what would happen if this were not done at all? Learn to say no to that which doesn't contribute to the organization. 2. Next, ask, which activities on my time log could be done by somebody else just as well, if not better? The only way to get to the most important things is to delegate other items to others. 3. Be aware of the time of others you waste. Ask those who work for you or with you, what do I do that wastes your time without contributing to your effectiveness? To ask this is the mark of an effective executive. What can I contribute? The effective executive asks, what can I contribute that will significantly affect the performance and the results of the institution that I serve? Asking, what can I contribute, is to look for the untapped potential in the job. Executives who skip this inquiry are likely to aim too low and at the wrong things. It helps to define what contribution looks like, and Drucker highlights 3 types directly tied to performance. 1. Direct results. 2. Building and reaffirming values. And 3. Building and developing people for tomorrow. An organization is a means to overcome the limitations of one person's contribution, Drucker says. So executives who set their sights on contribution raise the sights and standards of everyone with whom they work. Commitment to contribution is commitment to responsible effectiveness. Build on strengths. The effective executive makes strength productive. Focusing on strengths demands performance because staffing to avoid weakness results in a mediocre organization. Begin with yourself. Ask, what are the things that I seem to be able to do with relative ease while they come rather hard to other people? When dealing with others, the effective executive never asks, how does he or she get along with me? Instead, they ask, what does he or she contribute? Effective executives follow 4 rules for staffing for strength. 1. Identify any job that has defeated 2 or 3 people in succession, for that suggests the job is unfit and the people are not. The effective executive makes sure all jobs are designed well. 2. Make each job demanding and big. A challenge brings out strengths. 3. Start with what a person can do rather than what a job requires. Ask, what has he/she done well? What, therefore, are they likely to do well? 4. The effective executive knows that getting strength means tolerating weaknesses. Ask, does this person have strength and is it relevant to the task? And will it make a significant difference? First things first. Concentration is the secret to effectiveness, if there is one, Drucker says. Effective executives do first things first and one thing at a time. The more one can concentrate time, effort, and resources, the greater the number and diversity of tasks accomplished. It is the opposite of multitasking. People who get nothing done often work a great deal harder, underestimate time, and expect it will go as planned. Effective executives allow a fair margin of time beyond what is actually needed, do not race, and thereby go faster. It is not the effective executive's job to set priorities because most people can do that on their own. Instead, an executive is effective by deciding what not to tackle, or managing what Drucker calls posteriorities and sticking to those decisions. Courage, not analysis, dictates the important rules for identifying priorities. As guidelines for courage, Drucker suggests, pick the future as against the past. Focus on opportunity rather than on problems. Choose your own direction rather than climb on the bandwagon. And aim high for something that will make a difference rather than looking for something safe and easy. Making effective decisions. In making decisions, the effective executive encourages opinions rather than seeks out facts. People who voice an opinion should take responsibility for defining what factual findings should be looked for and expected. It is much like the scientific process in setting up an experiment. The effective executive asks, what do we have to know to test the validity of this hypothesis? Decisions, in Drucker's view, are made well only when based on the clash of conflicting views, the choice between different judgments. Without disagreement, no decision need be made. Different opinions are valuable and lead to more effective decisions for 3 reasons. 1. Everyone wants something from the decision maker and to obtain the decision he or she favors, so disagreements safeguard the decision maker from becoming prisoner to the organization. 2. Disagreement provides alternatives. And 3. Disagreement stimulates the imagination and new ways of understanding an issue and possible answers. The effective decision maker organizes disagreement, starting with a commitment to find out why people disagree. The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker is a rich book, and we've shared a high-level summary of some of its main ideas. Peter Drucker's classic masterfully dissects and guides the reader to more effectiveness. Give it a read to get more of what this wise guide has to offer. Thanks for watching, and leave us a comment below to let us know what you think.